Our startup, Sound City, is focused on making life in the music industry easier. In Toronto, there are countless music venues and creatives that rely on revenue from live performance as their main income. However, the path that musicians and promoters take in order to work together can be fatiguing and confusing. The live entertainment industry is still largely dependent on connections that promoters and artists have fostered for years. Currently, artists have to either make these connections from scratch or pay an agent to do this for them. Musicians really only have access to these resources when a label is backing them, and because of the lack of assistance, independent musicians are left at an immediate disadvantage. Promoters who aren't as established and need to search out talent have to scour the internet through different social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, as well as forums like Reddit, in order to research and reach out to artists. Artists breaking through into the industry often depend on similar research channels as promoters. However, as an unestablished artist, it can be incredibly difficult to find the right connections online and gain attention needed to be granted professional opportunities. While the current channels for networking have proven to be a great tool in starting to form connections with others, the expectations of social media are too casual to be used efficiently by many music professionals, and valuable information is lost to the crowded platforms and forums. Instead, the music industry needs a space that allows artists the freedom they need to build a brand while also providing quick, organized, and professional insight to promoters filling spots in their next shows. Communication channels need to become more concentrated and direct, and the platforms being used to build these channels need to focus in on the music industry and its participants.
UVP. Sound City provides a single platform for artists and promoters that organizes professional information, easy and direct communication between industry professionals, and in-app transactions for gigs. No more searching through contact lists, forums, and socials. All the info you need is clear and focused. Furthermore, in a centralized format, Sound City engages traditional conventions of social media interwoven with professional methods of communication. Finally, there's a space for artists to communicate professionally. MVP. The minimum viable product of our startup, Sound City, would include artist bios and contact information of venues posted on a simple message board or forum. It would be easy to access, and the general attitude or energy of the forum would be professional and career-focused. As the app would be a sleek social media platform, the minimum viable product would be a very simple two-way stream of communication, similar to SMS or 4chan. MVO. The minimum viable offer of our product would be a landing page with a Download Now button. This button would lead you to a page detailing that Sound City is in production, and we're collecting email addresses to gauge interest and sending updates and promotions. We would also include the proper links to share our startup with like-minded musicians, so there would be an ease of use and the sharing process. Using this false door MVO, we will gauge the interest of people willing to download now and make sure to keep these possible users engaged as we undergo development.
Our customer segment is made of musicians between the ages of 19 up to 30 when they are still starting out and trying to make those connections. This is where Sound City comes in and allows a channel in without having to be gatekept by the connections or the financial issues that musicians may often face. This is why we will often be catering to college students of different universities as well, because that is usually the age that people are looking to form connections in. They would also fall under the early adopters segment, together with promoters who are looking for new artists and new venues that don't yet have that reach to the local acts within the city. The unfair advantage of our product is the direct contact which the app puts you in with other professionals. This would often be made only through another person or connections which would take time to foster, or also other apps which have a more stiff or candid approach to these connections, whereas our app not only shows you as a musician and a full artist, but also as a professional in this industry. This app will allow you to show your skills and also your resume while advocating for your rights and adequate payment, which we all know is hard to find in this industry when you don't have backup from a label or you're just an independent artist navigating the industry. The channels in which the platform would be advertised in would be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, which are already big on different advertisements. And this would make it easy for people to not only understand the app, but also have easy access to just download it and have it on their device. The app would have a very simple layout so that it would make it easy to navigate even for people who are not as tech savvy, because that's the whole point. We want our app to be accessible for everyone. Besides the virtual route, given that our app is promoting an in-person activity, we would also be placing posters and different advertisements in different areas of the city. This would include places such as music venues, bars, and clubs where students would be most likely to see these advertisements.
Sound City is based on social media platforms such as Instagram, LinkedIn, and Upwork. Artists will be able to create a professional profile with bio templates. Promoters and venues pages will be created and verified by us. It has direct messaging and photo or posting features to showcase talent. We will utilize a subscription model as our main source of revenue. We offer different subscription benefits to artists and promoters. Promoters will gain access to account analytics, search filters to narrow searches. Artists will be able to gain perks such as getting closer to promoter search results and notifications about open spots at venues and events. The initial cost is around $5,200 a month for maintenance for the app. As the app expansion arises, such as updates or extra functions, there will be variable costs associated with updating the current code. We will have to pay for advertisements such as billboards, Instagram, and Facebook ads. The key metric we will use to quantify success with our app are number of users, their reviews, 5-star ratings, and premium subscriptions.